Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be running through Helium 10's brand new product research tool, which they've quietly introduced to their Chrome extension. This tool is really powerful and it's going to increase your efficiency when it comes to product research. So without further ado, let's just do some quick product research together using that tool. So if we jump into the desktop, we go straight to Amazon. So whether you're based in the US, UK, wherever, always head to your local Amazon website. So I'm on Amazon UK, and the method that I'm going to follow for doing product research today is going into the best seller category or the best seller tab, and then starting to look through some of the categories that interest me. So let's just say, for example, I thought baby products look good. This is a really popular technique that I teach my students, where you can drill down into one of Amazon's many sub categories, and it basically shows you all the top selling products in tons of subcategories that you probably would never have heard of before. So let's now go into, should we look at, I'm just kind of see if any of these tickle my fancy. Potty training and step stools, that could be an interesting one. And then another one that we can go down into, honestly there's so many subcategories within Amazon's category list, you could get lost. This is a as I say, a really good technique just to follow to discover tons of products you've never heard of. So we're now into nursery step stools. So what you could typically do here, once you've been shown these results, is run Helium 10's X-ray tool. And if you haven't come across it before, the X-ray tool basically just tells you the demand of a certain product niche. So the benefit of doing this method that we've just done, i.e. going into subcategories, is that all the results are relevant and there are no sponsored results. So straight away we can see all of these results here are step stools for babies potty training. They're all relevant, and we can see that the demand is pretty high actually. So this is something that we might want to dig into further. So what we're going to do is click into the top seller, and just to make sure that we are being shown, or we have been looking at all relevant listings, the first thing that you need to do after you've discovered a product that you think is worth investigating further is search for it on the Amazon website. So at the moment, I've never actually come across this type of product before, so I don't quite know what the best keyword is to use, but I can see it says here Amazon's choice for toddler step stool. So that is obviously a popular keyword that customers are using. So what we're going to do is click it, and we're now shown toddler step stools. So if we again run Helium 10's X-ray tool, so this is a pre-existing tool, this is not the new feature, and have a look at the results, we can see that the search volume is 1775 searches per month. So 1,775 customers in the country are using that search term per month. Now, one really important thing that you need to do whenever you're doing your product research is ensure that you are using the best keyword, something that's not too broad but not too specific. It's just right. It's the Goldilocks approach. We want to use a keyword that shows us the most relevant listings on the Amazon platform, which will then give us the best idea of what sales demand is like. So if we just quickly remove sponsored product results by pressing filter results and then ticking this box, if we have a quick scan down now, we can see that some of the guys are doing quite well, but not quite as well as that bestseller chart there that we were just shown. So this is where Helium 10's new feature, new tool comes into play. So if you have got the latest Chrome extension, when you click the Helium 10 button, you will see this here, X-ray keywords. It says beta or beta. From what I can tell, it works. It works very well. So they're still testing it, so there might be some mistakes, but in the brief time that I've used it, it's been absolutely fine. So if you click into that, what it's going to do is show you high performing keywords that are generating sales for the products being shown for toddler step stool. And the reason that this is amazing is normally you'd have to go into another one of Helium 10's tools called Cerebro or Magnet, and it would just take a bit of additional time. This is all built into the Chrome extension now, within Amazon's actual website. So you don't need to worry about doing that. So what is this information telling us? Well, toddler step stool, if you remember, had just under 1,700 searches per month. But look at this. Step stool has got 10,700 searches per month. Now, whether those keywords are linked, whether the type of products that you're going to be shown are related to each other, I don't know if step stool could be for an adult, maybe, perhaps. It doesn't really matter. It is just telling you that there is more search volume for this keyword here than the one that we've been using. And if we look a bit further down, so some of these are too broad, so just stool, step, so we can take those out by pressing delete. Anything that's got a brand keyword in it, you probably want to take out. But another one here, look at this, Squatty Potty, and that is 2,184. So again, that has more volume behind it than toddler step stool. So remember, when we are searching for products on Amazon to assess product niches, we want to use something that's not too broad, it's not too specific, but it has search volume behind it. So we've got two ideas here to research further to see if the products that we're shown are more relevant or have more demand. We want to be painted the most accurate picture that there is of the kind of landscape, seller landscape, when searching for a product to sell. And another great feature about this tool here is you can quickly check the search volume trend. So here we can see that step stool, over the past 90 days, it's been more or less consistent. It's been floating between that 10,000 mark and about 13,000, a touch higher actually, which is great. It shows that the search volume is consistent. If we look over the past year as well, it's a similar trend. It's consistent. The search volume isn't trending or seasonal or just very volatile, which means that if we were to be selling this type of product, we could expect, or we should expect, demand for it to be the same all year round. So that is something that I would really encourage you to do. The next step that I'd be following is using step stool. Instead of searching for toddler step stool, is using step stool to see if that is an accurate search term to use. We've just used it, and look at that. You can see it's not actually relevant, is it? It's not something that is associated with children going to the toilet. There are a couple here, but the majority of them are probably for workmen or, you know, older folk or whatever to get to places that they have difficulty reaching normally. So that's not the right keyword for us to use. So we go back, and when we go to the next most popular keyword. But the one thing that is now useful from that little exercise that we've done is we've just been introduced to another product, haven't we? That we hadn't seen or thought of using the first method that I followed. So this is the great thing about Helium 10's tools. They can be used to generate more and more product ideas for you to consider selling. So what I would be doing before going back to that little exercise that we're doing there is just running X-ray again and just having a look at what the demand is like. You never know. With the toddler step stool, it was like 10,000 demand and a bit lower. Here, if we just remove the sponsored listings again, we can see that demand is, it's probably a little bit lower. There are a couple actually that are doing quite well. And if we have a look at the number of reviews, there are some sellers with lower reviews, but some with slightly higher. It's probably something worth considering a bit further. My only question would be whether this type of product's a little bit bulky, perhaps. Maybe it could be folded down. But we're going to park that, and we're now going to go back to this. And then I'd be looking at Squatty Potty for the next one. So this one has got 2,000 searches per month. Once again, it looks to be fairly consistent. It kind of seemed like it peaked a bit in December. So it's probably something that people are gifting, maybe to other new parents, I don't know. But if we now click onto Squatty Potty, let's see if the results are aligned. And this one does actually look, I'm not actually too familiar with these type of potties. It looks kind of relevant, doesn't it? I think this one is actually for adults. But you can see again, it's got toddler ones in there too. Who knew that I would be diving so deeply into toilet training in this video? But again, this is something I'd be doing. You know, I'd be thinking, is this a product I could sell? Or what other ideas has this got? Is this showing me to be exploring further? So let's have a look again. Once again, we run X-ray tool. we remove sponsored results and we have a look at the demand. Demand here, it is a little lower, isn't it? I'd say this is medium to low. The reviews are actually a little lower than the ones before. So again, that's another product idea for you to consider exploring later on. So let's now go back and let's run the X-ray tool again. I've accidentally closed it. And the next thing we're going to look at is toilet steps for toddlers. Now this one, if I was a betting man, I would say this one is going to be the most relevant. And this one had a bit more search volume than toddler step stool. So this one seems to be probably more of an accurate search term to use. And when we look at the results, we can see that these are all indeed relevant. We can now run X-ray and have a look at the results to see what the demand is like. So here are the results. Let's remove sponsored product listings and look at the demand. And look at this. This one's a lot higher, isn't it? So we've got 11 or 12,000. We've got 50,000, 13,000. So a lot more demand here. So this one seems to be the better keyword to use. The number of reviews. Some guys do seem to have a fairly sizable amount of reviews, which is this column here. Which can sometimes indicate saturation, not always, but it's just always something to take into account. But look, there are some people that have got quite low reviews, and if we just widen this to have a look at the amount of demand, so we've got someone doing £1,000 with one review. Okay, so it seems that. Okay, we've got some people here with a slightly lower amount of reviews that are doing okay. This, to me, looks like it could possibly be differentiated somehow by demand, but possibly not. Now, one other thing, I just wanted to kind of look at the search volume here. Yeah, so that is more or less consistent. One other thing that you can use this tool for, in addition to finding different keywords associated with your product to see if you're using the right one, is looking for ways to differentiate. So this tool here, if we just make this full screen a moment, sometimes the keywords can give you a clue of what other customers are searching for. Now, if we have a look at here, we've got toilet steps for toddlers, toilet step, toddler toilet seat and step. So that could possibly be a way to differentiate, couldn't it? Instead of just offering a toddler step stool, you could bundle it with the toilet seat, like a child's toilet seat instead. So that's like this one here. So that is another, great benefit of using Helium 10's X-ray tool, X-ray keywords tool, sorry. It can help you to understand what other keywords are relevant and are being used by customers when searching on Amazon, which can help to give you a clue as to whether you're using the right keywords. And it can also give you ideas of ways to differentiate, all within Amazon's platform, because you can just run this tool and then you can have a look at all the other associated keywords that customers are using. How easy is that? So just for example, if that X-ray keywords tool didn't give you enough to go on in ways to differentiate, then you can continue using the older method that I have previously taught, which is scrolling down, looking at this bestseller ranking chart here, and then pressing keywords. And what that will do is load up Cerebro in a different tab on Helium 10's website, unlike the X-ray keywords tool that does it all within Amazon. So this method here has just now pulled all of the keywords associated with that listing. And then what I would be doing is changing the organic rank to say 1 to 15. So we only want to see keywords that this listing appears for naturally on the first page. And then I would change match type to say organic and then press apply filters. And then we can see the results have loaded. If we change the search volume so it's in order from high to low, we can now have a look at the keywords, can't we? Step stool, toilet stool. So we're kind of seeing similar keywords to what we were seeing before. I'm just seeing if there's any other ideas that we may have got for differentiating. It doesn't look like it. So if this happens to you, I'm just like doing this on the fly, as you can tell. If this happens to you where you're looking for ways to differentiate using Helium 10's tools, and the first two methods haven't really given you too much of a clue, what you could also do is, let's have a look here, copy toilet toddler step stool, and then go into tools and use the magnet tool. And the magnet tool is also a keyword research tool that instead of looking for associated keywords to do with a listing, it will just find associated keywords to do with the keyword that you've plugged in, your seed keyword. So toddler step stool, we're going to press get keywords, and we're going to see if we're presented with any other ideas that we haven't already got. So at the moment we've got toddler step stool and the toilet seat to bundle. And let's have a look now. So if we change match type to say organic, we press apply, and then we change the search volume from high to low. Let's have a look. So we've got toilet steps for toddlers. That's got 2,000. So it's kind of similar to before. Kid step stool, plastic step, potty training. I suppose that could be an idea, couldn't it? You could bundle in some sort of ebook or training video to young parents or new parents on how to potty train their kids. But believe it or not, it doesn't seem as though there is actually much additional that you can do to differentiate beyond the design, beyond the little toilet seat, and beyond an ebook, which to be honest is more than I thought I'd find 20 minutes ago when I started this video. So the purpose of this video, guys, was basically just to show you this awesome new tool. It's crept in very quietly. I don't think it's actually been announced, or I haven't seen it, you know, bombarded on emails and YouTube and whatnot. But do honestly use it. It's a great way at discovering new products. We found the step stool, didn't we? We found the potty training stool, etc. It's a great way at just discovering what people are searching for in order to help you think of different product ideas to sell. So that is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about this tool, about Helium 10, post them down in the comment section. And I will also put a 50% discount voucher for Helium 10 in the description of this video. Enjoy your week, guys. I will see you next time.